Welcome back to my podcast. Name that musical. I'm back, people. Can I get copyright striked for that? I don't really know. Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 6 of the Krafty Kristina podcast. My name is Kristina. I'm Krafty. I am your host. And this is a podcast about my crafting adventures, primarily knitting. It's been a while, party people. I've been a busy woman. Not sure if you can tell by this disaster of a room. I'm like hiding unorganized yarn clutter over here with my chair because it's not really organized very nicely right now. But this is my home office crafting space. I got a desk in here now. I have a chair, plenty of places to sit. A lot of rearranging. I've got, what you can't see is a whole shelf of plants to my right, and I've got a little knitting corner over here. I've got my chair and a lamp, and I'm not really sure that this is going to be the place that I sit forever, but the lighting was awesome, and that's where I chose to be. So, welcome back. I don't really know what to talk about. I've got some knitting. Obviously, that's why you're here. I've got some knitting. I'm not drinking anything today, and they're being Teams chat. I have been pretty busy, and I feel like I didn't really get like a ton of knitting done, so that's why there wasn't an episode last week. Still trying to get into the new groove. We're finally, like pretty much living now in this house. So in the next couple of weeks, I'm assuming, hoping, praying, wishing, working towards getting into a real routine. I feel like I keep saying that, but it's only been a month since we've been in here. So it's kind of been a lot, but things are great. Things are good. And I took another week off to get some more progress done on my whips. And I've got a lot to talk about today. Kinda. Where to begin? I'm not drinking anything today. I've already had a coffee and 2 mud waters because today is Friday, October 8th. And it is the first day of the Westknits mystery knit along for the Shawlography. And a couple of my knitting friends, and I decided that we were going to have a little cast-on party on Zoom this morning. And so naturally I didn't sleep last night because I was pretty much waking up every hour refreshing my Ravelry to see if my clue came. But the gals in my knitting group were kind of all over the place, so we were trying to figure out a time that worked best for everybody to join in some capacity, and so we ended up deciding to do 2. And so the initial cast on, the initial of the 2, what am I saying? I got distracted because my computer's dinging back there. I'm on my lunch break from home. I'm really having a brain fart. Shawlography, Westknits, knitting group. Okay, so we decided that there's a handful of us in my group that are doing the Shawlography knit along, and we decided that we wanted to have a little cast on Zoom party, and we're all over the world. We've got someone in Australia, we have some people in Canada, there's some people in the US, and we've got my girl Lucy from This Nanny Knits over in the UK, and so we're all in very different time zones. And so we decided that we were going to try and find some time today to hop on and knit and cast on and work on our projects in the first clue together, and that was this morning. So my time zone is Eastern Standard Time Zone, and so we decided that with our schedules, we could meet at 6 a.m. my time or about 5 o'clock my time, and ultimately decided to do it both, which, thinking about it now, I'm really happy because this morning I got up and we hopped on and we watched a little bit of the video together. And it was a really early morning. I'm very exhausted. I also went to see the Jonas Brothers on Wednesday night, and I was out very late. So I've gotten very little sleep in the last few days, but it's been oh so exciting week. So I'm pretty happy about that. And that is why I'm not drinking anything. That was really long-winded to tell you why, but it's knitting related, okay? It's knitting related. So anyway, we cast on, and I'm not going to show you because I don't want to give away a spoiler. I accidentally spoiled myself, and I was really trying not to, but I'm kind of glad that I did, at least for this first initial clue. I'll get into a little bit of that later, but I was up early, I'm really tired, and I already drank coffee and mud water, and so nothing warm in my hands today, but I hope you have some, and let's sit and knit. Let's sit and knit, people. I'm gonna start. I've got two FOs actually. One is a, oh no, one's a hoe. Hey, hoe. Okay, one's a hoe, and one is, it's a regular schmegular, no problem hoe. I hope it's in here. It is. One's a hoe, and one is MIA because Zach is wearing it. So my first half-finished object is a lady-in-law sock, and it turned out really beautiful, I think. This is for Zach's grandma, and she picked out this color. It's hedgehog fibers, and it is called Concrete. So what I did for her was knit 2 purl 2 rib, 20 rounds. I did 50 rounds for the leg, modified eye of partridge heel, flap gusset, and then 55 rounds after the gusset stitches, after the gusset decrease, 55, and then a square toe. So that's that. This is, it's been kind of folded up. It needs to be blocked, but I'm waiting to wash them until after I finish the second, which I haven't knit on yet. So that is my sock. I have to say I'm really proud, and I hope you've seen my progress, because I really was making like some new sock knitter mistakes, and I guess that's like everybody, but I feel like I'm pretty comfortable now with a lot of them. So that's my first half object. Finished object. My second is a hat that I kind of fudged together and designed myself. The weather has been very interesting here in Western PA, and like yesterday was like 80 degrees, the day before was 80 degrees, today's 77. I'm still wearing long sleeves because it's winter weather to me. It's October, people. Like, what are you doing, Mother Nature? But we had some really, really cold, rainy, like nasty, gross days a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. I can't even remember. The days and the weeks are like smushing together in my brain. But Zach is working outside a lot right now, and the days are weird. If you are in this area, you kind of know in the fall it's super weird because you have days like today where you wake up and it's like 40 or 50 degrees and you're freezing and you want to wear a sweater and a hat and a scarf and a cardigan and stay under a blanket all day long. At least that's what I want to do. And then it's like the middle of the day and it's like 80 degrees and you're hot and what the crap, right? So he woke up and he was like, I can't find any of my hats because we're still making room for our clothes in the tic-tac tiny closets that we have. And so there's just things we haven't unpacked yet. It's just life. And he couldn't find any of his hats, and his head was cold, and I felt so bad. And I was like, I'm going to knit you a hat. And he was like, well, you can't knit me a hat like right now. I have to go. And I'm like, no. So I have a large collection. It's not really a collection. It's just yarn I have that I need to use up. I don't know if I've talked about this before. I have a pretty decent sized stash of Caron Simply Soft from temperature blankets that I did, and finished one and decided to ditch the other, and had a ton left over. I donated a bunch and then kept like one or two of every color. So I have a lot of that, and I want to use it up, and I knew it would like knit up really quickly. So I knit a hat for him and I posted it on my Instagram. I think he's wearing it, or it's in his car. So I will try with my poor editing skills to insert a photo of that here. It's also on my Instagram and on my Ravelry page, so I'll link that down below if you're interested in seeing. But I held 2 strands of Caron Simply Soft together on probably a size 10 needle, I think, and it was gray, and I did a ribbing, and then I just knit stockinette in the round and then closed it up. And he was so surprised. He came home from work and I was like, hey, knit you a hat today. And he was like, what? And then he goes, no, that's not what he said. He didn't say what first. He got really quiet and he said, is it gonna fit this time? Because my oopsie Musselberg was supposed to be for him. So I made it up to him, and it was so cute. He was smiling so big. He has worn it like practically all day, every day for the last like 2 weeks since I made it for him. But he was so happy. He was like going to sleep in it. It's kind of weird, but like he was like falling asleep, and I'm like, hello, don't sleep in a hat. But he's been wearing it everywhere, and he's super concerned now too. He's like, I know you made me this so I wouldn't be cold outside, but I'm really worried, like I'm gonna be working somewhere and it's gonna get dirty, or like what if I walk through a cobweb? And I'm like, bae, I can make you some more hats. So that's that. I'll try to put a picture up here somewhere of it. And I finished a hat, so that was my first submission for the pigskin party also. The next things that I want to talk about are the only 2 whips that I've worked on were my Annalise wrap and my Halloween sock. So the Halloween sock is looking a bit different than before, so I'm going to show that first. So this is colorway by Teeny Button Studios. I can't recall the colorway, but it's delicious. And she was moving and did like a moving mystery sale. I also can't remember if I've talked about that. Wow, like the lighting's really changing in here, isn't it? I ordered 2 mystery skeins, and she sent me this and this. And I thought they would make a really lovely pair of socks. So these are my Halloweener socks, and I this week added, I don't really know where I was before. Probably here when you saw it last is my guess, like right in here I was. So I decided I wanted to experiment with making myself a longer sock, because now that it's getting colder, I'd like some more coverage up the leg, you know what I'm saying? So I did a knit 1, purl 1 rib for 20 rounds. Then I did 70 rounds of the leg. Okay, it's flopping like a fish. And then I did the contrast heel, which is, again, the Eye of Partridge heel flap gusset. And then I did the gusset decreases, and I've started on the foot. So I'd like to get this done. I know Shawlography is going to take up a lot of my time, so I wanted to have this sock and the match for the lady-in-law sock finished before today, but I just haven't had the time, so I'm trying to be gracious with myself. I think I've mentioned before, I'm really good at being super ambitious and like setting goals for myself, and then I never stick to my plan because I'm very much a process knitter, so I can be like, yeah, I'm gonna knit all this stuff, but if I'm not having fun, I don't want to do it. So that's where I'm at. So I'll finish it when I finish, but I'm glad it's stockinette in the round right now, and it's super, you know, I think that the projects that I do have to work on will get work when I'm in the car or when I need something mindless, because my main project will be the Shawlography, and I want something that's a little bit easier when I'm not like focused on that. So that's the Halloween sock. And the other thing I've been working on is my Annalise wrap, which I'm into the next color now. And when you saw this last, I was down here. I don't know if you can see that very well, but this is where I was before, where my Starbucks marker was. And so I finished the striping and I got about halfway through the second color. So again, this is also very mindless. It's stockinette flat, which I hate, but I love the way that it's working up. So I'm just gonna like carry this with me, and ideally I'd like to finish the socks, and this will kind of be one of my like mindless projects as I plow through Shawlography. Other than that, that's all that I have worked on this week. The last 2 weeks were those, but I do have a new cast on, and that is the Shawlography, and I started that this morning. I am not going to show you a spoiler. I am, however, going to show you my colors. This was probably, here's the deal. I love a mystery knit along. I am also very indecisive. I'm very indecisive. I want to knit with all of the things all of the time. I can never pick. And so I'm going to show you my swatch first. So I initially was planning to do this for my stash only. And I pulled out all of my yarns. I picked a couple of combos. Then, you know, I got really ambitious about some things. And what I ended up with is nothing like where I started. But I'm really excited with what I ended up with. So my friend Natalie brought Blush Yarns. I really wanted to use the yarns that I have by her in my stash. I think they work so well together. They're so pretty. I'm really in love with the colors, and I thought it would be really fun to do like a Blush Yarns shawl. And I'm doing almost that now. But she worked with me to dye me up some skeins that she thought would go well with some of the things that I have in my stash, and they came on Wednesday in the mail. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to wait to see what she sends before I decide on my palette. So I had something tentatively that I think I liked, would have worked, and then the yarn came and I went a totally different direction. So I started putting together a swatch. The colors that she sent me, I'm going to try and show you, were these, not the blue, ignore the blue. They were these. So I had this cream of hers in my stash, and then she sent me this pink, not this yellow, the gold. Oh, you want to know what? Don't let me sit here and lie to you. She sent me, I'm just going to show you. So she sent me this orange. Oh, it's so good. This gold. This is like a variegated pink, gold, orange, a little bit of purple type of deal. And then this pink. So this is what she sent me in the mail. And I really just wanted to add that cream to it. I'm going to try and hold that up there for you to see. I really wanted to use all of these together. And then I added the cream to the top. When I did my lazy swatch, it turned out that these two didn't contrast enough, and this had a little too much speckle than I think is recommended for the Shawlography pattern. So as much as I love these and want to use them, they're going to be socks or literally something else because I didn't use them. But what I did do was I pulled out some yarn for my stash that I had, looked at the contrast, I took a photo of everything. I asked way too many people. My knitting group is always like, Kristina, pick these. And then I like go a different direction, and so I feel like I'm not going to say what I think I feel like, but I I feel like a Rudy Judy. How's that? That's a little bit nicer. I feel like a Rudy Judy. I ask for like people's opinions and then I do something different. And it's just because I'm indecisive and sometimes I think like, oh, I want this and then I hate it. And then I ask for somebody else and they're like, it looked really good this way. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. And then I just like, I don't know. I just go in circles and maybe that's my anxiety. But that's what she sent me. And then I put together, I decided to knit a swatch. So you can see here, I added a yellow, a gold, and orange weren't contrasting the way that I wanted. I posted this on Instagram and someone recommended I do yellow, pink, gold, blue, orange. Didn't really like that also. So then I wanted to play with the green that I have from her and I ended up really loving it. I knew I loved the pink. I knew I loved the yellow. I knew I loved the cream. And I really wanted to incorporate them. I love how like gentle and soft this is. So my palette is going to be cream, pink, yellow, green, blue, and then I'm keeping this orange in case I want to do a little opportunity. So I'm going to show you. Well, I don't think I can show you all together because then I'll give away some of the clue. But this is the first two. The yellow I'm not, well, I was going to say I'm not going to show it, but this is the yellow. This is like really washing it out. Focus better. That's so much better. And then this is Natalie's green. And then this is a blue that I got for the Hyper Knit Along and then never used because I never knit the shawl. Whoops. So, the clue came out this morning. My gal pals helped. We all got together to knit and helped each other pick out the colors. We used the color choosing like help part of the video that Stephen West posted. And in that, I decided that this is going to be my color A. The yellow, I'm trying to pull this out without like showing you. It's not much of a spoiler, but it's enough. I'm trying to be mindful if you're knitting it and don't want to see. The yellow is my color B. And then he said like they don't really matter, but if I had to pick them, so I picked them. And then the rest of my colors are C, D, and E. C is pink, D is the cream, E is the green. So that's my shawl. And I'm super excited to work on it. This morning I got through section 1 and started the very beginning of section 2. And there's 4 sections in this first clue. So I scheduled I've been exhausted self-care day for myself tomorrow to just sit and knit because I knew I would need it. So I'm gonna hop on and knit some more with my friends tonight. And then we're going to, I don't know what they're gonna do, but I'm going to knit like all day tomorrow and try to get a lot of this clue done. While I know I have the time because my work week tends to be kind of hectic. So that's where I'm at. That's all the knitting I have to show for now, but I did have some new things I wanted to show you that came in this week. The first was that yarn from Natalie, and I showed you that. And the other was I ordered, it's lit up here, but I ordered a candle from Sorella. Hello, can you focus? It's the home candle. I've been lighting it every day as I work, and it just makes like my morning happy. And the other thing that I got was the hand cream. So I got that. I've really been enjoying it. It makes my hands, like it smells so good. It smells like fall. And put some on right now. I've been loving it. I've been wanting to try it for a while because I heard it was really great, and I'm a lotion hater because I hate how greasy it makes my hands feel. But it doesn't make my hands feel like that at all. Like it like, I don't know, dries quickly, absorbs quickly. I don't know hand cream science. I just know that I like it a lot and it smells delish. So that is it. I wanted to give you a life update, but I don't really have one. I'm living. I'm alive. I'm knitting. I'm really happy. I finally have a space to sit and work and knit, and that's about it. I've been really busy. I've got a small team at my new job for right now, and so we've just been working a lot and being really busy, and it's been really rewarding and great. That's all I have to say about that. But in my notes for my life update, I wrote that I love the Jonas Brothers. So the Jonas Brothers was the concert that I went to that my friend couldn't go to, which was pretty sad. But I had two roommates in college, and the other one was there, and she ended up being in the same section as me, and so we got to sit together, and so it was so much fun, and I hadn't seen her in a really long time, and it was just a really good time. So I am going to end this here and insert some footage of the Jonas Brothers concert, little clips that I took while I was there for you to enjoy if you want, and if not, peace out, Girl Scout. Have a great rest of your week. Happy whatever day of the week it is for you. Happy knitting. Happy life. And I'll see you next time. Okay. Bye, you guys.
Oh,